Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for your support, especially in light of the recent YouTube cleanup. Today we're taking a look at the first pass update to the Z2 map that was released on July the 1st. This was a pretty interestingly designed mini base camp just northeast of Harris Bluff. We can certainly see a lot more use of game building assets. This base camp looks like it was built around the water utility building with a few mobile and camping trailers moved into place with a series of ramps that lead up to points along the wall for visibility. Here's the tactical first aid kit that you can combine with 10 bandages to get the new Pro Coagulant. If you decide to play this weekend, you'll notice the newest introduction to stealth shoe technology. Apparently it's injected directly into the footwear and provides your character with the quietest footfalls experience you can imagine. I was really impressed with the amount of different elements just in this small base camp area. The team certainly has a lot of options when it comes to populating the game world with props. I'm not sure how much of an impact this has on performance. They mentioned that this map has not yet been totally optimized, which could be said of the Z1 map as well. This could also explain why even the Z1 map has as sparse of items in it for that performance capability. And here I am just going around just picking up a few of the items that are currently spawning in the game, which makes it, of course, a lot easier to play when you actually have weapons and such to play with. Also introduced this 4th of July Independence Day weekend here in the US is the Uncle Sam mask. The team mentioned that as a result of unexpected issues which prevented them from distributing the new mask reward, we'll have to wait until Tuesday, July the 5th to get our hands on one. If you earn all 4 rewards for the sniper and shotgun skirmish, you'll get the mask automatically in your inventory. For Just Survive players, they're still working through options, and we may not see a distribution implementation for the mask until next weekend. Speaking of skirmish gameplay, I dropped by DP's stream last night as he was entertaining his fans with his skirmish skills. It was interesting to see the comments as people were mentioning they were buying the game for the first time. If you decide to catch a little skirmish gameplay, stop by DGen's stream and tell him I sent you. Here we can see some of the existing base pieces intermingled with newer elements. It adds a really nice level of detail and immersion to the game environment. As it has been mentioned, what we're currently building with is just placeholder pieces. So I'm curious to see what the team may offer us when the Z2 map is available for Just Survive. When you're on the new map, you see these levels of details and assets, and you can't help but feel as though you're playing a whole new game, and you get a better appreciation for the work the team puts into it that we as players can oftentimes take for granted. Just as I come over this rise, still heading northeast away from Harris Bluffs and essentially away from the target area, we can see the Yeats Motel. You guys can get a better idea of the resizing of buildings as this looks like a luxury size motel room, if not a small apartment. When you're out in the main environment, you'll also get an appreciation for the size of the map along with a feel of being in a more dynamic environment with all the new assets the team is introducing to the landscape. If you haven't already, be sure you stop by the H1Z1 DB website. They have the Z2 map available so you can familiarize yourself with the lay of the land, and while you're there, be sure you check out all the latest game news. The amazing database of H1Z1 information will provide you with a comprehensive outline of what all you can expect from the game, as well as breaking news from the Daybreak team. While you're there, be sure to add them to your bookmarks, and to catch you up with previous game-related information since launch, you can go to this annotation for all the DP stream fans who were wanting more information about the game. You can certainly find it all right there on that annotation. I was feeling a little vulnerable in this wide open space with just my shotgun, so I was relieved to get to this church area and trailer, where I peek around to make sure no one's inside and then grab this AR and load up with some ammo. The resizing of the church actually feels really nice. You'll certainly notice the difference from the Z1 model, but the additional space does fit well with your character scale. Character scale in relationship to the environment was something I touched on in a previous video. However, in some buildings, the newer changes aren't as distracting A commenter mentioned that my aspect ratio was partly to blame for the exaggerated appearance of the doorways. However, I'm still curious how Just Survive players are going to feel about some of these changes. I was just able to stay ahead of the gas in several instances. Let's take a look at what happens while I'm in this neighborhood. I'm not sure how much of this neighborhood they were able to loot, but they certainly had a pretty big haul, and just allows me to appreciate the fact that I did find that AR, because it would have been a very interesting situation if I had just had my shotgun. Alright guys, that's been your snapshot look at the Z2 First Pass update for July the 1st. Thank you for your continued support. You can check out the YouTube cleanup video I posted to see how the content creator community was affected by the recent subscriber purge. If for some reason you were unsubscribed from my channel, you can resub by clicking on this watermark here in the corner. If you're a new visitor to the channel or a frequent visitor, be sure you're clicking on that watermark so you'll have all the latest news and information out of Daybreak and H1Z1.